Hello and welcome. Here's Julian Henn speaking to you about unlocking data quality in crystallography, systematic error detection and diagnostics. This is a little information for our workshop to be held in September 2025. So thank you for joining. Why does data quality matter at all? Well, research facilities invest millions in an advanced instrumentation, but systematic errors remain in crystallographic datasets and can undermine scientific results. Undetected errors reduce confidence in structural models and reproducibility. So ensuring data quality just safeguards your facility's reputation and scientific impact. There are many known systematic errors in diffraction data, like absorption artifacts, radiation contamination, scaling anomalies, extinction effects, Renninger reflections, radiation damage, detector-related errors, anisotropy, and many more. Of course, the list is far from being complete. But at least those errors are somehow known and can be searched for. But, and that's where things become even more interesting, there are also unknown systematic errors in diffraction data, which are quite common. And those unknown systematic errors often go undetected because they just look like random noise, or they are masked by over or underestimated standard uncertainties of the observed reflections. They may arise from recent hardware detector or software changes or updates, and they are not anticipated by existing validation tools nor by the scientists. Additionally, they may lead to artificial low-weighted agreement factors or low values of anisotropic displacement parameters, which are both seen as high-quality indicators for high data quality. But if this is due to an error in the data, it's misleading. And it's so important to distinguish between those cases where, for example, an agreement factor is just low and cases where it is low due to a systematic error. Such systematic errors, which are rewarded by low values of metrics that indicate high data quality, are hard to find because they play into the confirmation bias. And we had some information about those errors, which we call rewarding errors, in publications from the past, but it goes on to be an important topic. Other reasons why systematic errors remain undetected is they are just buried under the weighting scheme and they are not searched for. If you don't look for them, you will not find them. So these unknown systematic errors may be very subtle mismatches in the residuals. They may be tied to new forms of scaling or absorption errors. In principle, they are often connected to data processing errors or to artifacts introduced by pipelines or post-processing scripts. Well, you can find patterns pointing to those unknown systematic errors with the help of our software by analyzing residuals across many dimensions. And that does make sense even if the source is not yet fully understood, because you may get a fingerprint of a systematic error with an unknown source, and at some point you will find out about the source, and then you can find this fingerprint again in your data and remove the error. In this way, you get early warning signs for software and hardware issues, for example, after updates. You get also hypothesis generation for method developers who may look for improvements, and it enables also long-term improvements in refinement strategies and measurement routines or data processing routines. It's important to say that the standard validation tools are essential, but very limited in the diagnostics. They often flag symptoms but not root causes. So systematic errors can remain hidden in the residuals, and a need for quantitative and visual diagnostic post-refinement exists. A post-refinement analysis tool compares observed and calculated intensities and indicates systematic deviations. Our software is currently designed for small molecule and neutron diffraction data and high-resolution refinements. It generates a comprehensive data quality report with intuitive plots and metrics. As already mentioned, you get a systematic error fingerprint in residuals in this way for early identification, and you can profile both known and unknown systematic errors, and in this way discovery is supported. It visualizes absorption, radiation, contamination, and scaling artifacts clearly and facilitates method development, benchmarking, and standardization. This is nothing less than a challenge to the foundations of crystallographic data analysis. Why is that? Because the traditional refinement assumes accurate standard uncertainties for observed reflections and an unbiased data quality assessment. And both of those assumptions may be flawed. The uncertainties are central to the weighted residuals and to the chi-square minimization from the least squares refinement. And, by the way, also to the evaluation of this process. But, as just said, these assumptions are often flawed or misleading. Our software uncovers these conceptual errors by analyzing residual patterns beyond conventional methods. And this reveals key areas where the crystallographic community must improve error modeling, refinement strategies, and data quality assessment, or other fields. Ultimately, this insight drives the next generation of more reliable, conceptually sound crystallographic methods. Applications and benefits. This improves reliability and accuracy of crystallographic models. It supports beamline scientists, data analysts, and facility managers. It enables cost savings by reducing the need for repeated experiments, and aids development of new hardware and software by revealing error sources. There's a great extension potential to these methods. As just mentioned, it's currently tailored for small molecules and neutron data, including high-resolution experiments, and actually also including electron diffraction experiments. But so far there is no experience with electron diffraction experiments. So future plans include the adaptation for macromolecular crystallography and electron diffraction. We welcome collaborations to extend the software's capabilities and support a wider range of data formats and experimental workflows. The workshop goals are to demonstrate the software hands-on and to teach how to detect, diagnose, and interpret systematic errors. We'd like to discuss integration into routine workflows at facilities and collect user feedback to guide further development. If you are interested, just check out the time and date. September the 16th and September the 18th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Central European Time. We will need approximately 4 hours for each day, so this is a 2 days workshop. You get virtual access after completed registration, and we'd like to limit the seats to promote interaction and discussion. Hurry up, early bird registration's deadline is August the 15th, and go to the registration link and book your seat. We are just 3 enthusiasts about data quality who drive this, who manage this little company. It's a startup, and we'd like to support high data quality and development leading to higher data quality in diffraction experiments. So if you are striving for excellence in data quality, come and visit our workshop. We support you, and we are happy to see you there and discuss your challenges. See you there. Bye.